Chapter 8, Joy After Overcoming Hardships, based on the Paul's story of rejoicing in God. Paul was bound in a prison, but he rejoiced about Christ is being preached. He declares, the important thing is that in everywhere, whether from false motives or true, Christ is preached. And because of this I rejoice. Yes, and I will continue to rejoice. It's in Philippians chapter 1 verse 18. Through this, we find the joy doesn't come through circumstance, but our attitude. Apostle Paul must be the real faithful man as our role model. One of the troublesome conflicts in marriage life is spiritual disharmony, which happens when one spouse knows about God, the other doesn't. There will be conflicting between two opposite spirits, Holy Spirit and satanic power, which brings confusion and pains. The spouse of having faith should pray enthusiastically for his non-believing spouse. When faithful spouse is in severe hardship and God thinks the marriage life doesn't work out anymore, he starts involving the marriage life. The faithful spouse needs a new hope for a future. Wait and see what God prepares the new work. When the divorced feel lonely even though their marriage life was sour and full of struggles, and then they start thinking remarriage would remove all their loneliness. At this time, they should be super careful not to make a premature decision. If someone has an illusion that remarriage will solve many problems, imaging 3-feet race would be helpful. When a group of people from church go to picnic, they often play the game, tying a foot of each person, one right foot, and one left foot of other one. With holding hands, they start to race between two groups. It's not easy at all. Likewise, living as a couple might be harder than living as a single. Single parents are supposed to concentrating on raising children until they reach at least 18 years old. Saint Augustine said human being was made in the image of God, so they can get sabbatical unless they have a personal relationship with God. Also, Dr. Gary Chapman says that peacefulness, safe feeling, and joyfulness are not rooted from marriage life, but they are in close relationship with God. Apostle Paul suggests maintaining single life. About single life, I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. It's written in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 8. Singleness could be opportunities of focusing on the purpose of life. Lastly, I will share the Bible verse from Romans chapter 15 verse 13. Now the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace in believing, that you may abound in hope through the power of the Holy Spirit. May Holy Spirit fill you hope, peace, and joy.
Morning has broken first morning.